So in the yesterday's class, we have seen about how can we handle a drop downs, right? So in yesterday's class, we have seen about how can we handle a drop down using that stuff. So another small point of what exactly we need to do means the small point left from the yesterday's class is how can we handle, okay, so how can we handle the information like, okay, so how can we handle the information like we have seen about how to print all the information to a console, how to get all the information, but the another point left over here is how can I save all the information to a file? How can I save all the information to a file is the next concept which we need to discuss. How can I save all the information to a file is the next concept which we need to discuss. That's fine. So let's see how this is. Let's see how this is gonna work. So I'm opening our yesterday's script, guys. W funny, and our program is a drop down, right? Where in which I just did some modifications, and even I was supposed to perform some kind of an operations. Okay, I was supposed to perform some kind of an operations over here. So let's see how this is gonna work. Okay, let's see how this is gonna work. Okay, so how can I save this information to a particular file? So that's what the concept is. Okay, so let me open some information which is my reference test script. I'm closing all unnecessary programs here. Fine. So here the point is how we are gonna save this particular information means the only thing is, see, for suppose if I ask my program to store the information in an existing file, okay, assume that I just asked my program to store this information in an existing file. Whenever I just ask it to store the information in an existing file, in future, okay, in future, okay, in future, what exactly we need to do means there might be a chance that this file may be removed in our local machine. So it means the conclusion point over here is we need to create our file on, okay, we need to create our own file, and that with that file itself I can store the information. With that file itself I can store the information. That's fine. So now we need to see how can I create a file and how can I store that information. Okay, now we need to see how can I store the information and how can I store the information into a file. So let's see this stuff. So for which, okay, for which I'm just going to, okay, so for which I'm just copying the methods. So here we need to use a set of Java methods first of all. Okay, we need to use a set of Java methods. What are all the methods we need to use? First, I need to create a file. Okay, first of all, I need to create a file. So for which I am using file f is equal to new file. So here I'm just asking it to create a new file, where in which I'm just naming it as funny.txt. So .txt will create a text file, .xls will create an Excel file, .doc will create a Word document. That's completely up to your wish what exactly the file you would like to create. So I want to create, okay, I want to create these files. So that's the reason I'm just specifying a txt file also. Okay, that's the reason I'm specifying as a txt file. That's fine. So whenever I specified this one as a txt file over here, okay, whenever I specified this one as a txt file here, so my program, my Java program will create a text file in that location. Okay, my Java program will create a text file in that particular location. That's fine. And then the next point, what exactly we need to discuss over here is, after creation of this particular file, I need to write some information into the file. Hence, I'm creating an object which will write some information to a file. So which is a br.write method I'm just using over here to write some information into the file. And then now what I need to do means, using this br instance, br.write, I would like to write Surendra. See here, I have a given br.write as a Surendra, just a Surendra, I just asked it. Why we are specifying extension? We should give just a txt, right? See, if at all I would like to create a text file .txt. If at all I would like to create an XLS, then give an XLS. If at all we need to specify a O document, then OTOC. See here, these lines are in a comment basically. Okay, this whole line is in a comment. So this line is for our understanding. Okay, this line is for our understanding. In future, instead of saving this information in a text file, I thought to save this information in a Word document. Then I can simply change it, okay, as a DOC. See here, the another point is here we specified the file name over here, right? But we haven't specified any method to write some information into that particular file. Buffer writer is the instance which we are creating. Using this particular buffer writer instance, we are going to write some information into a file. So why we have created this particular one means, the buffer writer line means this buffer writer will help to write some information into a file, whatever we have created above. So the name itself will tells you, writer, this will write some information. And even we usually see a buffer reader in a further classes, which will read the information present in a file. Reader, read the information, writer, write the information to a file. That's the reason, see, I asked it, I have given a method as a br.write. br is the buffer writer instance, or else BW. I can change it as a BW. Buffer writer. Okay. Buffer writer. I just changed it as a buffer writer. Okay. That's fine. Buffer writer dot write is a Surendra. See, I have written some information into a file. After writing the information to a file, we usually need to save that. So I am using a method flush, which will save the information to a file. Now, what I'm doing means, let's run this script once. Okay, let's run this script once and see how exactly it is getting executed. So here, right click, run as a Java application. What is a file here? See, it's a simple document. Okay. See, it means the simple thing is, I am creating, see, go to our script once. Whatever the drop down information is there, I was supposed to store that drop down information. So before storing the drop down information, initially I am creating a text file in my D drive with the name as a funny.txt. So funny.txt is a text file which I am creating in my D drive, and later I'm just writing, okay, I'm just writing Surendra into that file. So if you go to your D drive once and if you observe, funny.txt file got created. If you open that, it contains Surendra information. as I asked it to write only Surendra into that file. But now our intention is to not writing of a Surendra into that field. My intention is to write all the drop-down values. In order to write the drop-down values, I can use the same for loop here. Okay, the for loop, whatever we have used in order to print the values, I'm using the same for loop here. So for int I is equal to 0, I plus plus. So instead of this one, okay, instead of this one, or else copy this line, okay, copy this line, and here bw dot write this one. Write this value into this file. So I'm not doing anything else. I just asked it to write this value. After writing this information, save this. Hence bw dot flush. So let me rerun this program once again and see what exactly this for loop impact is over there. What exactly the for loop impact? Let's see now. So it's performing the actions. Let's wait for a second till it's gonna complete. Fine. Go to the D drive. Observe the funny folder. File basically. Okay, of course it returned the information, but it appended one after another. I don't wanna enter this information in such a way. I would like to enter this information in a new line. bw dot new line. Okay. bw.newline is the method which I have used, and now run the test script. So simply perform right click, run as a Java application. So it's getting executed, and it was supposed to enter the information in a new line. See, one more small point is, if the file was already created, then it will overwrite the existing content. Okay, so this is the small point that we need to remember. Why we are using br dot flush couple of times. See, seems like by the time here, I just asked it to enter a value Surendra, and I asked it to save the file. And later I'm just asking it to enter this information and save. So there is no mandatory, we can remove it here, or else we can keep it as also there. So that's not a specific restriction, guys. Okay, flush is used to save the information. Okay, that's it. Okay, so if you go back to that particular file once, so the funny.txt file, and have a look into that. Sorry, I just opened a wrong file. Funny.txt. See, as of now, all the information got entered in a new line. This is the way. So this is the way how can we create a file, and how can we use this particular file. And whatever the information we have, how can we access and store that information to that particular file. Okay, done up to here. So this is the concept of, okay, this is the concept of accessing the information and storing the information into a file. Okay, fine. That's fine. I noticed that various languages into a file. Just a second, I got a question. So we didn't enter any one of those values in the text file other than Surendra. I noticed the values over there. See here, the small point of what we did is, initially we are entering the values as a Surendra. But if you observe, inside a for loop, we are writing a write method using which we are entering the drop down values. This will call the drop down values, right? The ultimate objective of in writing the program here is, okay, the ultimate objective by writing this particular program itself is to store all the drop down information into that particular file itself. Okay, so that's the thing. So here br.write a method which will write all the drop down information into that particular file. That's the reason only you can find the various languages over there. Okay, that's the reason we notice various languages over there. This is the first answer, and the another answer is in my program file is not recognized. Do I need to import anything? Yes. A small point of which we need to remember over here is whenever we have a return any command in our program, okay, if the command or else the command if it needs any import things, so by default it will throw an error message itself. Okay, by default that command will throw an error message itself. So simply place the cursor on that particular command and try to import the required thing. Simply place the cursor on that particular command which is throwing an error messages and import the required things. Okay, that's the thing. Am I clear for you all so far? Fine. So this is the way how can we store the information into a file. Okay, this is the way how can we store an information into a file. Okay, that's fine. So done up to here. Okay, done up to here. And then sure. See, the simple thing what exactly we are doing over here means whatever the drop down information which we discussed in yesterday's class, what we are trying to print that information to the console, the same information I am storing it in an Excel file or else a text file. Okay, the same information I would like to store it in a particular file. Okay, so how I am doing that particular one? By creating a simple file here using a Java concept. I am creating a file and I am opening that file, and now bw.write is a method which I am using to write some information to that particular file. Like this, we are entering the information to a file. Okay, like this we are entering the information into a file. That's fine. Done up to here. So with this we are done with this concept, and I'm gonna show you another scenario for you. So another scenario is, see guys, a quick question from my end. In the last class, whenever I am explaining to get all the drop down values, which option we use to get all the drop down values? Which command we use in order to get all the drop down values? Which command we use? No. Which command we use in order to get all the values stored in a particular list type? So yesterday we used one command which will get all the objects, right? That one is find elements. Yesterday we used by tag name. Find elements we used, right? Find elements is the one which is used to identify multiple objects within a web page. Okay, so the same find elements I would like to use it in our today's class too, but the intention over here is somewhat different. Right now I would like to implement these find elements in a different way. So how exactly I am planning to implement these find elements in a today's class? See, the simple thing is I would like to get the total number of links present in a web page. Okay, I would like to get the total number of links present in a web page. See, a best example for this one is I just opened a bing.com application. Okay, I just opened a bing.com application. See, observe the tag name for the image. The tag name for the image is A. The tag name for the videos is A. The tag name for the news link is also A. So it means all the objects present in a web page, all the links present in a web page are starting with the tag name as an A itself. Okay? All the links present in a web page are starting with the tag name as an A itself. So let's write a WebDriver command which will get all the links from the entire web page. Okay, which will get all the links from the entire web page. So how can I get that? See, I'm creating a new script. New links from my feed. I'm just browser. And over here is application alone. Okay, and now here all the links present in a web page are starting with the tag name as A. So find the elements by dot tag name of A. So it is retrieving the information. I'm storing it in a string variable. But we know that driver dot find element will store in a web element. Find elements is the one which will store in a list of web elements. So system dot out dot print ln total number of links present in the web page are, okay, total number of links present in a web page are plus x dot size is a method which is used to print the size. X dot size is a method which is used. So can you all hear me properly? Can you all hear me properly, guys? Sure. Just a second. Just a second. Okay. Hello. Can you all hear me now? Yes, I think you won't hear any noise now. Okay, that's fine. So here, what exactly I did over here means a simple thing. Driver dot find elements by dot tag name as a. So I am asking my WebDriver to get all the objects which are having with a tag name as a and store it in a X which is of a list type. Simply I am printing the list size which will return the total number of links. Let's run this script once. Run as a JUnit test or else run as a Java application. See, a simple point which we need to remember over here is whenever we are executing the script, as we are asking it to get the total links, it will get links which are displayed in a web page and which are not displayed also. Okay, it will get all the links, whether the link is displayed or not, it will get all the links counts. Okay, that's fine. It is getting the information and totally displayed as a 39. So at last I am asking it to wait for thread.sleep for some time, and then driver.quit. I'm just asking it to close that particular instance too. That's fine. So done up to here, guys. So what exactly I would like to print over here now? So what exactly I would like to do over here? The next scenario, what exactly I need to do over here? The simple point of what exactly I need to do over here is, see, this is a bing.com, right? This is a link. See here, whenever we press tab in our keyboard, see here, if you observe, whenever we press a tab in a keyboard, see here, I'm just pressing tab in my keyboard. So whenever I am pressing tab in my keyboard, the next object is getting highlighted. See, the next object is getting highlighted. So it means, see here, initially my cursor is on a text field. When I press on a tab, the search button got highlighted. Okay, see here, the search button got highlighted. Again, whenever click and tap, some other button is getting highlighted. So it means by pressing this tab key, all the buttons are getting, all the next objects are getting highlighted. So what I'm planning to do now over here means, within the same program, I would like to write a command which will perform the tab operation. Okay, which will perform the similar tab operation. Okay, so how can I do that? So first, what I'm doing means, for int, I'm writing a simple for loop. I is equal to 0, I less than x dot size I plus plus. So I'm just rotating this loop till all the values are present in that particular list. And now what I am doing means x dot get I. So I am selecting the first value from the drop down is displayed. So is this displayed or not? Okay, so x dot get I is displayed. What is the significance of is displayed? Yesterday we have seen about is selected method. This is a is displayed method which is used to check whether the object is displayed in the web page or not. Whether that particular object got displayed or not. So here I am adding a if before this one, or else the condition, entire thing I am adding in a if. See, whenever we are going for a is displayed, if you place your cursor on a is method, it is returning that it will print a boolean value. The is displayed method will either print, okay, let me remove this if condition over here. This is displayed method will print a boolean which is either true or a false. So whatever the value it is returning, I am just storing it in a z variable. So now if z, so what it will happen when z value is true, when z value is true, then only it will execute the commands present under the if block. So commands present under the if block means within the braces. What are all the commands present in the if block will be executed when there is a z value is 2. Okay, when there is a z value is 2. Now what exactly I need to perform? For the get, for the x object and for the get index, I need to perform keys dot tab. That's it. I need to perform the tab operation. If that particular object is displayed in a web page, then perform a tab operation onto that particular object. So initially my cursor is on a web. When images got displayed in a web page, then this cursor will be moved to images like that. Then this cursor will be moved to images like that. So let me run this the script once and see how this is gonna work. Run as a Java application. Run as a Java application. It's getting executed. See, let's see how this is gonna work. So I asked it to run on a Firefox browser. Let it launch the browser first of all. See, the browser got launched, and now it was supposed to perform the tabbing operation. See here, on all the links it is moving the tab. Right guys, did you observe that? On all the objects it is pressing a tab from the keyboards. Okay, on all the objects it is pressing a tab from the keyboard. The only thing what we did over there is, the only logic what we did over there is, this is the one. Identify, see here, from the extra list of objects, select one object, dot, send keys dot tab is a command which is used to perform tab operation. Okay, keys dot tab is a command which is used to perform a tab operation. And even we do have a keys dot, too many commands are there. Keys dot, all the keyboard operations like a backspace, a cancel, clear, too many commands are there. Based on our requirement we can do that. See here, keys dot enter, I can perform keys dot enter too. Okay, so it means based on our requirement we can choose any one of these commands to perform this action, guys. Okay, am I clear for you all so far? See, the simple logic what I did over here is, see, this 2 lines only I modified in my program. What I did, within the for loop, I asked my WebDriver to get whether, see, X is a list of values, dot get I, which will get the first value in a drop down. Dot is displayed, whether the first value in the link, this is a link, right? The first link is displayed in a web page or not. If that link got displayed in a web page, then it will store a true in a jet variable. So if this is a true, then we are asking it to move the tab onto that particular object. That's how we are moving that. Send keys dot tab is a command which we are using to move the tab. That's it. Am I clear for you all? Funny, Rupa, Vijaya, and everyone, Bhagyalakshmi, Priya. This is a simple concept, guys. Okay, fine. And Alpesh, okay, cool. Chaitra, Bhumika, Rajani, Rupa, so Samreen. I hope I'm clear for everybody with this concept, right? Fine. So this is the way how can we get the total number of links along with the tab operation too. Script name for our better understanding, links count and tab operation too. Okay, even we did a tab operation, right? So that's I mentioned it as a script name. See, why I am changing my script name means by looking into the script itself, I need to understand what exactly the logic I am performing over there. For my better understanding itself, I am just changing this name. That's fine. Done up to here, we are done with this tab operation. And now the next point of what exactly I would like to explain to you is till now we are running our scripts only on a Firefox driver. Right? So far we have executed our test script only on a Firefox browser itself. So why can't we run our test scripts on different browsers? before going to a different browsers, the default supported browser for a WebDriver is a HTML unit driver. Okay, the HTML unit driver. So create a new script and I name it as a HTML example 1. And from my previous script, I am copying the code. Okay, I'm just copying the codes. Which code? Till the browser launch. I just copied the code from my previous script. I pasted it here. And let's run this script. So this code contains specifying a Firefox driver and then opening the application. Instead of a Firefox driver, I need to change it to HTML. Okay, I need to say HTML driver. Same the script as an HTML unit. It will be landing on a same page executed or not. Okay, that's fine. So, done up to here. So okay, can you all hear me now? Is it better? See here, the point of what I did over here is I just created a script with a name as a HTML unit driver. I just created a test script with a name as a HTML unit driver itself. Now, when I try to run my script is getting executed by a virtual browser. It's not displaying over here. Okay, that's fine. So, how come this is gonna work? Okay, how come this is gonna work? Okay, fine. So guys, can you please give me a second? Can you please give me a second? Okay, just got a call. Just give me a second. Can you all hear me, guys? Sorry, I'm back. So I'm just sorry, guys. Here, the point what exactly we are discussing now. See here, we are asking our WebDriver to run on a HTML unit driver. As I clearly conveyed you that in a day one, whenever we are using a HTML unit driver means it won't launch the browser. It will run the scripts in an invisible mode itself. Okay, it will run the script in an invisible mode itself. So immediately a simple question will rise in our mind. How come we know whether the script is getting executed or not? Right? How come we know whether the script is getting executed or not? How come we know that? See, the best example for this one is earlier the link count we have prepared, right? Where in which we gathered the total number of links and we printed the link count to the console. Copy that code and specify here in a HTML unit driver program. So it means this program contains opening of a HTML unit driver, opening of a Bing.com application, which will get the total links and print the links to the console. When I run this program as a Java application, the total count it will return. So it means by looking into the count, we can understand, okay, that's fine. See here, the total count got returned. So by looking into the count, we can understand that, okay, without launching the browser, it's not possible for it to get and to return the count. So it means internally it is launching the browser. That's what we can confirm here, guys. Okay, am I clear for you, Funny, Divya? Am I clear for everybody what I am trying to say? This is the point. Okay, that's fine. Then up to here. So this is the way how can we run our test script. Okay, list web element x is equal to what exactly this command will do means this command will get all the links which are starting with a tag name as a and they will store it in a X. Why I am using this line over here means I would like to print the total count. That's the reason I have written as a X dot size at last so that it will print the total count as well. Okay, that's fine. So this is the way I'm getting an error while trying in an Eclipse. See here, first of all, for this list, see here, you need to import a Java util list. Okay, so you need to import a Java util list. This is the one which you need to import. So whenever you are importing a different util one means it will definitely throw an error message. So you need to import the util from Java util itself. List from a Java util itself. Try this one, and if at all you are having any issues, please share me your test script. I will look into your scripts. Okay, and another small point from my end is whenever you are working on some scripts, if you face any issues means, okay, if you face any issues with your script or some kind of an error messages means, attach your script directly and add a copy of your error message to that email so that I can understand why you are getting these issues and I will try to solve that issues too. Okay, and I will try to solve that particular issues too. Okay, that's fine. And even a small update from my end is from your batch, Divya is uploading all the videos in a Google Drive. And a few minutes before starting the session, I shared that a Google Driver link to you guys. Okay, so try to save that link from your end. Okay, every day she is uploading all the session recordings in that particular folder itself. Okay, if at all you missed on a particular day means have a look into that folder and try to get the recording for the class. Okay, so that's the update which I have, and thanks Divya for sharing all the link, all the videos. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. Bye everyone. Catch you again in the tomorrow's class.